Asher. You're listening to Get With The Fix.
Guide my way, protect me from my enemies. Show me things that I cannot see. Oh, please let me Jehovah. Guide my way, protect me from my enemies. Surely goodness shall follow me. Oh, please bless me, Jehovah. On this path called life's journey, filled with so much ups and downs. When you start having troubles and nobody else is around, who feels it now? When pressure getting hotter, but mama tell me son, go forth and don't you be no quitter. I know you know it's going to get much better. Just hold the faith. Father, guide my way. Protect me from my enemies. Show me things that I cannot see. Oh, please bless me, Jehovah. Guide my way. Protect me from my enemies. Surely goodness shall follow me. Oh, please bless me, Jehovah. As a rite of passage, you got to seek the knowledge. But knowledge don't just come from books and sitting down in college. Just hold a meditation, take clear of situation that take away your joy and take your peace. Get to use just hold the faith and yes, you must be wise. Declare of those decisions that will bring you your demise. Be right and positive and don't you ever compromise. And always keep your eyes upon the prize. Protect me from my enemies. Show me things that I cannot see. Oh, please bless me, Jehovah. Guide my way. Protect me from my enemies. Surely goodness shall follow me. Oh, please bless me, Jehovah. Yo, Kodak. They're rough in a dog, the monk to fight to then give away, but we still a go on. Yeah. Every get a youth feeling like a star with one big mansion with a couple of kids. My mother said no put my trust in a man. Walk it out with them till you feel a couple of grand. As some see you start to rise them all turn to land. Not one like so you them work for where you have. But I've been through so much things in my life. Why the hell would I trust mankind? Them going come round with them bad vibes. But my eyes, that's why me not smile. I am blessed. Run for my goal, me I give my best. Not take no break, not take no rest. I feel make it out for my siblings. Them Father God protect me and guide my steps. These streets don't take defeat, so me can't up a mind for my business. Man I pray house and riches. Me and my little sister figure Disney. Them not like when the youths have big dreams. They will make you part of the system. Me say the fight them and not play victim. One man show about victory. Been through so much things in my life. Why the hell would I trust mankind? Them going come around with them bad vibes. That's why I'm not smile. I am blessed. Run from a goal, me I give my best. Not take no break, not take no rest. Make it out for my siblings. Them Father God protect me and guide my side.
Should I never trouble when I trouble you? Trouble too. When you trouble when I trouble you. Should I never trouble when I trouble you? You're playing with fire, well you must get burned. Protect me from my enemies, but protect them from me. If me live by your eye for your eye, or a tooth for your tooth, me send them to the cemetery. Lord, protect me from my enemies, but protect them from me. All the good so them a work and I try hold me down. The Almighty a watch over me. A regular me free some thoughts me a proud of. That's why me have to call punch over. A long time me a tell them is no pushover. But where me heart and me shoulder got no love for me haters them.
Yo, you don't know it's your girl Danica. You're listening to Michelle G. Get the Fix Radio, and right now it's all about ready. Let's go.
Lord, protect me from my enemies, but protect them from me. If me live by your eye for your eye, or a tooth for your tooth, me send them to the cemetery. Lord, protect me from my enemies, but protect them from me. All the good so them a work and I try hold me down. The Almighty I watch over me. I can sleep with the lights on. I'm so scared to close my eyes in the dark. One in at the right time, and the Bible my keys not close to me. Right? Deal with my no good time. Yeah, when me up, no good time. Have you ever feel like birds? Something flip a bird, or something bear your heart and people wrong. You still not really care about nothing. Love so much and always end up with a little heart with broken. And I feel ya, girl, I feel ya. Nobody support no certain. Don't give up me jig, one hold it out, can't tell you really hurting. Remember this, I God not give the strongest man the lightest burden. Even when them close a thousand more. Like a kick like Leon Bailey, still go for your boat and no say. Me I wanna gun spirit, and the God from my serve never fail you. With the them a fling curse, but my staples work with that faith we move mountain and straight. Yeah. Me I wanna gun spirit, me I wanna gun spirit. Yeah, I wanna conceal and bond with a faith of the helmet of theater. Sorry, faces in makeup, that's why me keep a mark on me. Whole circle get shake up if me not trust her, that is it. Rap the race and rap the race, and need nobody back on me. If you not do business, me no need you, not my company. Me always pray for me haters, they motivate me actually. Rather kill them with success to get the paper, make them see. If you not love me nor feed me, then trust me, you no matter me. Pray for my demise, but you tries them still up worse. The blessings are flow and I'm not supposed to oppose. Turn them in a post when we pull up with the ghost. A couple of tours, I need everybody close. One of the ghosts, from nothing to someone, I know we are do the most. Still not support, some of them will not support. I pop at the porch and buy a couple of push. Oh, me no fear, tell God thanks till my walk. Me I wanna God's spirit, and the God when me serve never fail you. You think them up in curse, come and stay place. Born with a faith, we move mountain up here, say me I wanna conceal it. Me I wanna conceal it. Me I wanna conceal it. Born with a faith, that's why me so fearful.
Higher minded, reaching for the stars. No matter what comes, don't forget who you are. Don't forget who you are. Reaping fruit from these seeds I sow. On this journey of life I know the blessing them a pile up. The blessing them a pile up. Thinking back on how far we've come.
Hello, people. Good afternoon. Dark Vader. Stop it. Actually, Dark Vader, I'm going to address that on Wednesday. I think I got time on Wednesday to address that. Get with the fix, Michelleg. I have two great interviews today. That young lady you just heard, Miss Alaine, will be on here at 5:30. Time changed a little bit. At 5:30 U.S. time, 4:30 Jamaica time. She will be live here with me on Get with the Fix. But right now, I'm about to start my interview with Shabana Lall. And Dark Vader, there's a reason I said chicken curry, but you'll hear about it in a minute. So let me add her to the live. It's Saturday. Hi, people. Hi.
High-minded, reaching for the stars. No matter what comes, don't forget who you are. Don't forget who you are. Reaping fruit from these seeds I sow. On this journey of life I know the blessing them a pile up. The blessing them a pile up. Thinking back.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Hi. How are ya?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. So here on Get with the Fix for the first time, we have the author, Miss Shabana Lall. How you really doing? How you really doing today?
I'm doing okay. Can't complain.
Can't complain, but I want to say first of all, thank you for being here today. I was scrolling Instagram, and I came across your book. And I think I reached out to you and asked if you do interviews, and you said yes. And we arranged this today. So thank you for accepting and for being here today.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
No problem. No problem. So let's get right into it, right? You are Guyanese born, right? You're Guyanese born.
No, I was born in New York. My parents both were born in Guyana.
So you have Guyanese parents and you were born in the US.
Yes.
Okay. So I know a lot of times people are like, well, I'm Guyanese because my parents are Guyanese. Do you do that? Or you're like, I'm American Guyanese?
American Guyanese. I mean, whatever you want to call me, it doesn't matter.
You'll take it, right? You'll take it. You'll take it. So Shabana has actually 2 books out that she has written. And we're gonna get into those books today. But I wanted to ask you, like, how did you even start writing? Like, when did you recognize that you have this gift of writing?
You know, I always wanted to write children's books for a while. I wanted to write children's. It was something, you know, one of those things you think like, oh, that would be something cool to do, but you never do anything with the idea. You know, you just leave in the fear. And then I was looking into, I needed an extra stream of income, and I was honestly, I didn't know what to do, but I didn't just want another job, right? I was applying for all these jobs, and I'm like, I don't want to just work, you know? I want something, if something happens, I have to leave something behind for my kids. And honestly, I prayed about it. Next thing you know, I was getting these YouTube suggestions,
nice,
like about self-help, things like that. And I started doing research and seeing how I could make it happen. And actually, same night, I wrote Pine Tar to Warm Your Heart.
Wow. Wow. Now, when you first started writing, like, you know, what were your parents saying? You know, because Caribbean parents are always like, always have something to say when we're doing certain things out of the norm. So what did they say to you when you started writing?
Well, my father passed away, and I actually didn't tell anybody I was doing this other than my kids until I did it, until I finished it. I didn't tell anybody about it. Yeah.
Wow. How did you hold on to that though? Like, how did you hold on to that?
Because I wasn't sure, you know, I felt like I was afraid it was going to be something that I started and I never finished. So I didn't want to put it out there and then never finish it, right? Yeah. So I'm like, my kids were the only ones that knew that I was working on this because they were there with me, you know, working through it. Well, not until it actually got published did I tell them, like, guess what? This thing came back approved that I got published, and then I let people know.
Nice. I like it. I like it. So the name of the books that we're going to talk about today is called Pine Tart to Warm Your Heart and Chicken Curry. Is the name of the books, right? And for those of you who are not Guyanese, pine tart is a tart. It's made with pineapple, pastry dough. They make it the fresh pineapples that are cooked. You know that pineapple jam that people tend to eat a lot? They take that and put it in the pine tart. And it's one of, for most people who are not Guyanese, that's one of the first things that they go to eat in the Guyanese culture. I don't know why. I guess because it's sweet. I have no idea. But pine tart is just one of those comfort type of food desserts in Guyana. So why did you decide to name the book Pine Tart to Warm Your Heart?
Because this is I don't think there's anything else that you can compare to pine tart. Like, there's nothing similar to pine tart, right?
Yeah.
And this is me and my little one, we enjoy making this. When it's holiday, we're making this and we're giving out to people at school. We're giving it to, you know, her coaches at after school. So we enjoy making neighbors, whatever. So this is actually like, you can say it's a true story because this is actually what we're doing. We're making about the pine tarts, and because it's one of those easy things that when people don't know about the Guyanese culture, it's a good thing to use to introduce them, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So tell me about the book. Like, what's in the book? What makes it Pine Tart to Warm Your Heart? Like, what makes it that?
So throughout the book, it's the process of making pine tart. It's about a little girl in the kitchen with her mom, and it's through the eyes of a child, right? All the touches, the feels, the smells, sneaking a taste throughout the whole process. She doesn't know what she's making, but she's tasting and tasting and tasting. And then when she finally does taste it, she loves it so much she wants to hide all for herself. And then her mom finally tells her this is Guyanese pine tart. So it's actually the process of making pine tart.
I love it. I love it. It's a book that girls and boys can actually learn how to make pine tart. What made you come up with that concept though? What made you come up with that concept?
I don't know. I can't even tell you. Like I love, so it's two of my favorite things. I love cooking and trying new recipes, and I love and I love children. Right? I always
Yes.
gravitated toward children. This was two of my favorite things, and I live in Florida, and the part of Central that I live in, you can't find like that. You find a few here. They're like
I
it's just
know.
that,
I
like,
have family there. I have family there who we're always sending them pastries.
to again, I already feel disconnected from my culture because like I didn't grow up back home. I don't know about the life, right? It's not like New York where it's so rich and culture.
Right.
Like the ways that for me to teach my kids or keep my kids connected, it's through food, right? And I love cooking, so I love experimenting, and I'll make all different nationalities. But that's the one way to connect them to Chinese culture is through the food. So that it just came to mind. It was something that I feel like we needed for our culture too, right? Like my kids, any kid can take these books if they want to teach their friends about something. They could pick up of the Guyanese culture. You want to learn a little bit about our culture, read this.
Yeah, definitely. How has the book been doing? How has it been doing so far?
It's been doing good. It's been a pine tart, especially. People love pine tart, and the food we've been getting is more than I ever expected. Because when I did this, I did it with my kids in mind, but so many people are reaching out saying, "Oh my God, it's so amazing to see somebody that looks like me on the front cover." Right? Or buyers, people, parents have been reaching out to me and saying, listen, now I have to go find a pine tart recipe because now I can make pine tart. So, and then they send me them and their kids making pine tart, and it's just so heartwarming. And I was like, oh my God, I never imagined it was really like I wish I could be in the kitchen with everybody making pine tart.
I love it. Why was it so important for your kids to see your nationality on a book? Why was that so important for you?
Because I feel like it needed to be something that a way to preserve it, right? Because I can tell my kids a story, I could teach them stuff, they're not going to remember it, right? This is something that we do together, and they have it, for even when I'm gone, they have it. Yes, my mom and I used to find them. This reflects us. My mom and I used to make chicken curry in the kitchen. It's one of those things to preserve our memories.
I like it. Is that book available on Amazon? Like where can people go to find Pine Tart to Warm Your Heart? Where is that one available?
On Amazon.
On Amazon. Now you mentioned publishing. How did you even start that process of getting your work published?
A lot of research, reading a lot of fine print, consulting with other people. There's a great community of people out there of other authors that's willing to help, offer advice, things like that. So really just start learning, take the time and do your research and get help from wherever.
I like it. What was that experience like for you? Doing your own research and learning about publishing your own stuff. Like, what was that process like for you?
It was, sometimes it was a little overwhelming at times. I felt kind of, sometimes I felt like, what, this is not going to work out, but I pushed through it. So I was like, if I could do it, everybody could do it. Because I don't know anything about publishing, so I feel like if I could read all these words, if I could watch all these videos, it's fine. friend is able to do it.
Nice. I like it. So what do you think is like the most difficult part, like when you're writing a book? What's the most difficult part about writing a book?
For me,
Yeah.
for me, the illustrations. The writing, the rhyming and the writing part, I feel like part of it was like a kid, so that part was easy. But the illustration definitely got the best. I mean, the endless hours on staring at the computer screen and my eyes looking and trying to come up with something that looks like pine tar, things that are not normally out there. That was the difficult part for me, was the illustration. But the writing part, I feel like I rhyme every day in my head. That's how I think.
Yeah, definitely. Now you mentioned the illustration part of it. Did you draw everything yourself, or you had somebody else?
No, I used applications to do this. There's like illustration applications that you can use to help do it. So yeah, but it's like I said, it's kind of hard because these images not something that you can find like an apple. You know what I mean? So you have to come up with a way to get the color right, to get the what's gonna look like pine tar, gonna look like curry.
Yeah. So I'm like you said, that part was the most difficult part of it, but you made it through. So now do you have like a full array of what it takes when you're ready to write that third or fourth book, or you think you're still going to run into some of those learning process?
I'm learning as I go. I feel like my illustrations in the second book were better than my first one, and I feel like I'm still learning as I go.
Yeah. So Pine Tar to Warm Your Heart was your first book?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And how long has that book been out? How long has that book been out?
That one was published in June
of this year. Oh wow! And you wrote another one real that quick?
And then I wrote the other one. I wasn't on my son, so I wrote that one for his for his birthday.
Wow. So let's talk about the other book, right? Because this is a huge conversation that happens a lot. I don't know if you saw some of the comments, basically saying it's curry chicken, it's not chicken curry, and those types of things. So let's talk about the culture aspect of saying chicken curry versus curry chicken. Can we talk about that cultural piece in it?
Yeah. I mean, it's this controversy. I don't know if it'll ever rest. I don't. The way I look at it, you guys argue while I eat. It's just it's a lot. Chicken curry because it's the kind of curry we're making, like how you make apple pie. That's why. But if anybody else want to say, well, they cook chicken, then go for it. Call it whatever it is, as long as it tastes good.
I always tell people that, in Guyana, there's 6 different races, right? And all of us, while we may mostly eat the same foods, we all say things a little differently, right? In the Indian culture, it's more chicken curry. And if you're a Black Guyanese, it's curry chicken. It's nothing more to it. It's just how the culture is set up and how we were raised and those types of things. So all of this big debate, every time I see it, it's like, guys, it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
It's I don't know how it became such a thing, such a big thing. I don't, but I guess people have time. They have time on their hands to argue about things like that.
So let's talk about the book Chicken Curry. So tell me about this book.
So this book is a story, again, in honor of my son. It's in the story, the kid, he's worried about starting a new school, and the same little girl from the first book, she decides, get everybody together, let's make his favorite food. And I feel like in my household, probably a lot of other households too, chicken curry, it's like the number one comfort food.
Yeah.
Like if we're away from home for vacation or something, the first thing you put on
is curry.
Home is right? Like, oh, I miss my So that's like a big comfort food. So we went through the process of making that because that's his favorite Vietnamese food. So again, it takes you through the process of all the things you do. You know, the little girl goes out into the backyard and she picks thyme and he the chicken and all the spices and it takes you to making chicken curry.
So for those folks who are adults, right? Because it's a children's book, right? But for those folks who are adults and don't know how to make chicken curry or curry chicken, you can buy this book and the recipe is there, right? Simple maths.
Your measurements, but you could definitely follow it. And you know what? A lot of adults enjoy the book because of some of the little differences, right? Like in the fruit bowl, I have things like finger, jamun, sapodilla, like little reference to our culture. You know, you could see a pint of room in the back or tawa on the counter in the back, like little things that represent our culture that even adults are like proud to see this in the book and like, wow, look at this, look at that, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I make to see people excited about things like that.
I love it. I love it. What I love about it is the spin that you put on the books, right? It's stories about kids going through stuff and holding on to those traditions that our parents, our grandparents, our great grandparents may have taught somebody in the family how to make curry chicken, chicken curry, and pine tart, right? But that person may have passed away or whatever the case may be. Now you have books where kids can actually go pick it up and say, oh, I remember this one when I was a kid. Here's a book that I can look at and here's the recipes to make these things. That's so magical to me, right? And then you get a story with it at the same time.
Yes. And that's what a lot of adults have reached out and said, where were these books when I was younger? Like, oh my God, I remember this. I remember that. And that's the thing too, because I feel like today our lives are so busy that we don't, we don't love it. Like we got to cook because we got to feed everybody, so we got to cook. But they're not, they're like to kids. It's not just stories. The whole process when you cook with them.
Yeah,
I feel like this kind of be something to sit down and look back, and it is magical, like you said. And that's one of the reasons I love cooking. The whole experience.
Yeah, definitely. So when you completed your first book and then you moved on to your second book, like what was that feeling like for you? What was the feeling like for you?
It was like real. I was like, is this really happening? Like who is like even now sometimes I'm like, what? Who is this person? Like who's this person that somebody wants to interview? I don't even recognize this person because it's just, I did this and like I'm still working, I'm still taking my own little world is what I mean to say, I'm in my own little that I don't even realize like that it's me that wrote these books.
Yeah.
With this sometimes.
Yeah. I love it. A dream come true, right? That you put pen to paper and here it is now published. People can go to Amazon and get both of these books and your name is on it. Like your name is definitely on it. And I just want to say from somebody who wrote a dissertation, like there's no other feeling when you see your body of work and it's like, oh my God, I did that. Like I did this. This is me. You know what I mean? So I can relate.
Yeah.
I can definitely relate to the feeling. Like some art, the stuff is coming to your house and you're like, but wait a minute, this is my work? Like, God, when did this happen? And people are buying and people are publishing and all of those things. So I totally understand and love the fact that you have decided to do these books. Hold on. People forget sometimes that I'm doing interviews. I'm so glad that you're able to do these books. And what are your kids saying? Like, what's their reaction to the books? What's their reaction to it?
Especially the first one, they couldn't believe it. They're like, Mom, you did it. Like, they're like, I can't believe it. Like, your name is printed on this book. Like what you were saying. Like, they absolutely couldn't believe it. And then when I did the second one, they were like, yeah, what? So, but they tell me encouraging and they tell me, they're like, well, you look like an author, Mom. You always look like an author. If I take pictures, they're like, yeah, you see that looks like that's an author.
You look like you're right. I don't know what that looks like, but kids are funny. Kids are definitely
They're
funny. Yeah, definitely. So what is some advice that you would have for someone who wants to do something like what you're doing? Someone who wants to become an author? Like, what's some advice for those people?
I said this before, but I think the biggest thing is don't wait for whatever it is to be perfect. We are our worst critics, right? And we want everything to be perfect, good enough to put into the world.
Yeah.
But I think we give ourselves some grace and learn as you go and get better with time if you have to. But just go for it. Go for it. And then once you accomplish something, you'll be amazed that you wished that, and then it inspire you and encourage you to keep pushing and keep doing more, keep learning, But I feel like if I would have waited for everything to be perfect, it wouldn't have happened. I would not publish it. I would have like, oh no, but this is not right. That is not right, because even now I look back and I have to change so many things, and people are like, "What are you?" I love it. I don't want you to change a single thing.
Yeah. When you get into those moments, right? Because as human beings, we tend to second guess a finished body of work, right? When you find yourself in those spaces, like, what do you do to get out of it?
And all honesty, I go back to the pictures that everybody sends me with their little kids just so happy and just asking to be kind to her. And like I really have a soft spot for kids. So I get emotional when people put their pictures with kids in the book. And I'm like, oh my God, makes it just warms my heart, makes me emotional,
Definitely.
That wow, I could put a smile on these children's faces.
Yeah, definitely. So my next question was going to be what that person just asked. When are you coming to New York for a book signing? Are you doing book signings? Like, are you anywhere in the neighborhood people can come out and meet you and get you to sign a book and all of those things?
So I actually did my first book signing last weekend there was this Guyanese Cultural Network of Tampa Bay, and they had an event called Taste of Guyana, and the theme was curry chicken versus chicken curry. So I did the first book signing last week. That was my first. I am doing more. If the opportunity comes, definitely am open to. I would love to.
Definitely. I like it. I definitely, like I said, show people the books. Like, I want people to see both books. That's the chicken curry book. And then we have the pine tart to warm your heart, which is it's stories you can actually read, even read the kids going to bed at night too, because those whatever words I think that whatever words you put in children's head, like, they dream about it and then they wake up the next day excited to do those things in the book. Purchase the book, folks. You could learn how to make pine tart and chicken curry chicken, however y'all want to say it, if you don't know how to do that. So I just want to say that I'm glad and I'm happy that you're a Guyanese artist who's author, who is doing this work and continuing to write. Have you started writing your next book yet?
I have.
Yeah. Okay. So we have another we have another one coming. When do you anticipate that one will be done?
I'm hoping for November because it's a Christmas book. So I think when I say all Guyanese know what it's going to be based around. So
okay.
Pepper
Potts.
Yeah. So
Pepper Potts. Pepper Potts. Pepper pot is the Guyanese food for Christmas. So of course the book is going to be pepper pot. I love it. I definitely love that because there's so many people, and even speaking on that, there's so many people who don't know how to make pepper pot. And there's so many people who eat it but have no idea how it's made. So I'm looking forward to that one. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that one. So you said in November, you're trying to get that dropped in November.
Yes, because I want people to be able to purchase it for Christmas,
Yeah, I like it. I'm a foodie. I love it. I love it. I love it. So we have Pepper Pot. I don't know. I'm just saying it's Pepper Pot. Of course, it's going to be a different title, whatever title she's going to put towards it. But I know that it's going to be Pepper Pot because that's our traditional Guyanese breakfast dish that we eat for lunch, dinner, whatever. We eat it with bread and then we move to rice or just like that or whatever. But that's the traditional Christmas meal to have. So please let everybody know where they can go to get these books. Where can they go to get them?
On Amazon, you can search my name on Amazon, or if you search any of the book titles, you'll be able to find it.
Okay. So give them your name so they know what to look up. Give them your name so they know what to look up.
You search Shabana Lall, you'll find it, and you'll find both the books there. And the third one soon.
Nice, nice. What is something that you think you learned that surprised you about yourself in writing these books? What did you learn that was a surprise to you while writing?
You know, when people say you could do anything, right? You really couldn't. Like, people are just being nice when they say that. They just want you to keep pushing. Like, but you really could do anything, because again, I'm like, wow, I did this. I can't believe I did this, and I actually accomplished this. So I feel like if you really want to do something, you really can. It's not just something nice people say to encourage you. You really could.
You really can.
Do anything. You could be anything. There's space out there, and again, sometimes we are our worst critics. Like, because how can you be a children's writer when there's great writers out there, like the people that write, like Dr. Seuss, or like the people that write certain other series? You know? Where do I fit in? You know, and where I fit in and all of that.
Yeah. Well, you fit in perfectly fine. You know. You fit in perfectly fine. So I wish you like nothing more than the best. When the next book comes out, please, once you put it up, I'll share it. So folks can go and pick it up. And I'm gonna tease my friends because most of my friends are not Guyanese and they're always like, what is that black stuff? Like, how do you guys eat that black stuff? Calm yourself. I always have a Christmas war with my friends on social media because it's like our culture has that, but your culture don't have nothing. So I don't even know what you're talking about, telling me about my pepper pot. So I'm waiting for you to finish that book, and I will definitely post it. That will be my play around thing on Instagram and Facebook until Christmas done. Watch me. Shabana, I wanna thank you so much for being here, for writing, for giving children literature to read, and for giving families something to do, right? Collectively, as a family, you can collectively read the book and make the pine tar and make the chicken curry chicken, whatever, and then learn stories about each other in the kitchen. So this is a whole family dynamic that you've created that is so special. And I hope that you know that because children read, but now they can read with their family. Grandma, grandpa, and everybody can sit around and make these foods and just have a good time, a good day. So bless your heart for taking this direction on it. And as a little Guyanese girl, I'm so happy that you've decided to do this and you've decided to show how folks can make our food. Oh,
thank you. That was definitely my goal, because again, that's what, in our house, that's what brings us together. Okay, nothing brings us like food, then nothing is as comforting as food, you know?
Definitely. So any last leaving positive words, any positive words that you want to say to anybody?
Well, I want to thank everybody for the love and support, because I have had an overwhelming amount of love and support from people near and far. All these, like, so many people that I look up to, that I never imagined they would even be interested in anything that I ever did. Oh my gosh, so much love and support. So I want to thank everybody. And then that's the thing too, don't be afraid, because there is a whole world of supportive people, of kind people that are going to help you. Whatever you want to do, you really can do it. And just, again, we can't be our own worst critics. Sometimes we hold our own selves back.
Definitely. What's the price for the books?
$15.99.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Y'all got $15. By the time you're done, 16 some. Y'all got it. That's lunch money. That's lunch money. So folks, like I said, again, thank you, Shabana, for writing these books. And I hope that you continue to write our food stories. I hope that you continue to write our food stories. And I want you to post, like, when you get those stories of grandparents and all of these people who are saying that they're learning how to cook these things with their little kids. I want you to post those things. Like, people need to see that, right? So that they can continue buying the books and showing a sense of family, because that's so important. That's so important. So please post those clips when you get them, please.
I will. Thank you so much.
All right, so have an amazing rest of your afternoon, guys. Please go to Amazon. The first book is called Pine Tart to Warm Your Heart, and the second one is Chicken Curry. Don't type in curry chicken, just type in chicken curry. Keep it the same way, please and thank you. Please go to Amazon and purchase the book. It's $16, people, $16 for the book. And Shabana, like I said, I'm waiting for the pepper pot. I'm happy about that. And yeah, you just helped me with something. You helped me with something. So have a great rest of your afternoon, and thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks again for having me.
You're welcome. Bye. Where will you be next? Where will you be next with the book? Where would you be next with the book?
I don't know yet, honestly. Okay. I don't know. So I'll definitely let you know, but honestly, nothing plans yet.
Okay. All right. So folks, go to her. Give them your Instagram.
Oh, Shabana Lall Writes for Instagram.
And that's ShabanaLall Writes, people. Shabana Lall Writes. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, dear. Thank you so much.
I'm going to be watching your next interview.
Okay. Yeah. 5:30. Come back at 5:30. We moved it a little bit, so at 5:30. Okay.
Yes, super excited for that one.
Bye. Yeah, with the fix, Michelleg G. That was Shabana Lall. She is an author. The two books are Pine Tart to Warm Your Heart and Chicken Curry. That's the debate. Yeah, with the fix, Michelleg G. I do have my interview with Miss Alaine. That is coming up at 5:30. We moved it from 5 to 5:30. So at 5:30, Miss Alaine will be here on Get With The Fix. I will be remaining here playing some music. Yeah.
I try outside with my girls this summer. You don't have a ring, then you don't have a mister. Hands up, let me see a finger. Up, let me see a finger. You don't have a ring, then bend for the camera. You to bend. 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 You don't have a ring, then bend for the camera. You to bend. 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 You don't have a ring.
I like this song, right? I came across this song yesterday. This is Lady Lava. This song is called Ring Finger. Ring Finger.
I try outside with my girls this summer. You don't have a ring, then you don't have a mister. Hands up, let me see a finger. Up, let me see a finger. You don't have a ring, then bend for the camera. You to bend. 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 You don't have a ring, then bend for the camera. You to bend. 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 You don't have a ring, then bend for the camera. But my man and my man and my man and my man and my man, you stop that shit now. But my man and my man and my man and my man and my man, girl, show me your finger. But my man and my man and my man and my man and my man, girl, stop that shit now. But my man and my man and my man and my man and my man, girl, show me your finger. So chill up your head and sister. If he love his ring on the finger, he will turn you, he will twist you, he will jam you, but never post you. He will make sure the pink and hold on. You serious and you wanna have fun? He having fun with the child, man. Like 2 house down, fun with me neighbor. Then the next girl buying him data. She I show outside with my girls this summer. You don't have a ring, then you don't have